the actual sickness itself.
Your
Dime qué tú quieres, papi. ¿Quieres que lo mueve para ti? Mueve, mueve. ¿Te gusta cuando me muevo así? Así.
your microphone, I want to bring up a final comment, and that is, or an issue, your recent column for the Philadelphia Inquirer, where you look at the right-wing political TV ads that ran repeatedly during the recent baseball playoffs, saying the games were marred by, quote, jarring interruptions from the most shockingly crude and arguably racist political ads since Willie Horton hit the small screen in 1988, unquote. The anti-immigration ads were sponsored by a new group that calls itself Citizens for Sanity, linked to the America First Legal Foundation, founded by former Trump advisor Stephen Miller. This is a part of the ad.
Chaos, humanitarian disaster, hospitals overrun, schools overwhelmed, the safety net shredded, drug dealers and sex traffickers roaming free. A third world country? No. Arizona. Joe Biden and Mark Kelly have thrown open the southern border.
Citizens for Sanity has also funded billboards attacking Democrats nationwide in ads in newspapers. And there's some pushback. The group Every Town for Gun Safety ran this ad against Pennsylvania Republican gubernatorial candidate Doug Mastriano, the ad highlighting Mastriano's use of the right-wing social media platform Gab and its ties to the Pittsburgh Tree of Life synagogue shooter who killed 11 people.
Before murdering 11 worshipers at this synagogue,
multiple gunshots are heard from the lobby.
The shooter posted his manifesto on Gab, a site for extremists who promote violence, white supremacy, and anti-Semitism. Doug Mastriano paid thousands to the same site to recruit supporters. Mastriano is a far-right conspiracy theorist who compared gun safety measures to Nazi Germany. Doug Mastriano is just too extreme for Pennsylvania.
So if you could comment on both of these, Will Bunch, that ad we just played on Mastriano, and before that, the ads that played during the playoffs of baseball.
Yes, I mean, these ads have been very visible in Pennsylvania. And in fact, Citizens for Sanity unveiled a new crime ad that targets Philadelphia specifically, and it aired twice in the 10 minutes before the Fetterman-Oz debate last night. So they're highly visible. I mean, these ads are violent. They're racist. They make the infamous Willie Horton ad from 1988 seem just remarkably tame in comparison. And what's disturbing is I don't see the Democrats doing much to counter this, to counter this message. I think the crime message is the reason that Oz has gotten back into the race. And in using this crime issue as a bludgeon, I think the Republicans have very successfully kind of muted the things that we're talking about and what the message of that Mastriano ad, which is about, democracy being on the ballot, the threat from far-right extremism. The Republicans are going for a certain kind of middle-class voter that is going to see the threat to democracy as abstract, but is going to see the fear that's engendered by these ads as being very real. So, the Democrats are running out of time, but I hope they find a way to counter this Republican messaging on crime, because I'm really worried that it's proving to be very effective so far, certainly here in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, and if you really pay attention, the way that a lot of them are, like when you hear them debate or talk, or whatever, the talking point, like who they're actually trying to reach. Like, it's not like they're trying to reach the intellectual section of democracy, the Democrats, the people that's willing to come out and vote for them. They go for like they're going for, or at least the way that they feel about the Democrats for the most, people that's running for office, the people that they're looking for to vote for them. They're shooting for like the lowest of low. Like they feel like that's really their different demographic is who that they advertise to. And like abortion is, you really feel like abortion is the biggest issue that people are dealing with when, people are starving and, like their decisions to, like, yeah, I mean, that might be an issue for some people, like, but there's much more serious issues that's going on in the country that, you don't want to discuss because, they most like they created that problem.
Right. They
They
just
don't.
want to fight some abstract problem, some kind of elusive thing that may never get done type
Yeah,
shit.
they don't want to promise something that, because I mean they know that like the crime is not an issue for them. Like honestly, like I can go into the all of the theories of why they're allowing certain things to happen, but regardless, like they have a lot to do with why it's happening, um, and they're trying to appeal to a crowd that you know I don't know. I feel like it's degrading to a big, extent. Like it's really degrading, and some people kind of like, oh yeah, they really care about us. Like really, like you really like, like you're accepting of this kind of message. That I guess it really says a lot about, I guess, who's they feel their supporters are. But
Let me read
the
some.
Dr. Oz. No, hold on. Let me
Go
say
ahead.
this: the thing with Dr. Oz. We're talking about a TV doctor. You know what I'm saying? He's been, running around the country for years, just being his TV doctor thing. So to me, that it raises alarm to me that like real people, like I've been seeing it myself, but these people are jumping out here to try to take these you know these positions in politics where they had they could be living a real comfortable life if they didn't think things were so out of place. This is how worried people really are about the country. The decisions that's been made is that like they had a comfortable, relaxed life that they could continue. But of course, some people do care about their grandkids and their children, to keep their grandchildren of what kind of world they're gonna have to deal with. So I
They
think that
also
has
could
a lot
be.
to do.
I think a lot of them are using their popularity, you know, and the politics as like a popularity contest, and the office is just another thing, like another trophy or whatever.
Well, I think that that could I would definitely say like that is a good strategy, but at the same time, these are not people who are they're coming out here on serious issues. They're not coming out here on just like, oh well, I'm better than look, I look better than him and I'm cute, like a true popularity contest. No, these people who are like, no, like our country is in bad shape, and if I don't come and do it, I don't know who else will.
Mm.
So that's more so how I'm seeing it. But I'm sure, like I mean, everybody's gonna have their different point of view of why these people are showing up. I honestly, I really feel like a lot of these people really do care about America, and not to say that Democrats don't, but I don't think that they know that their power goes a long way, that they don't have to do a whole lot, like they don't have to do a whole lot because they count on the fact that especially in the black community, that oh, these people vote for us all the time, even when we don't do shit for them, they gonna vote for us. Like they really have that kind of a attitude. Like I'm not gonna promise them shit. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna make them scared of what these Democrats, I mean, what these Republicans is gonna come and be racist to you, and they're gonna control you. Oh, they Mr. Bad Guy Republican. Like that's all that they mostly run on. It's not like, look, I'm just a better candidate because I do the work. I do this. I've done that, and that. Like no, they haven't gone with anything like that in a long time.
Let me read a couple comments. It says, the first comment, it says, I honestly just don't know how much longer I can take it. That's heavy. I can hear it. Another
My
comment, it
God,
says,
that's scary, bro.
I'm telling you, man, how many people out there feeling like that?
I
Like
know
that's real
that's that.
short and sweet,
Oh my
you know,
God,
but
like
to the
that.
point.
Go ahead, man, because I mean that right there, like that shook me, bro. Like people really feel are really feeling some kind of way about how things have been going, and like we're worried more about what's going on the other side of the world. Not to say that we shouldn't worry at all, but like we got so many problems here at home that gets overlooked. Like everybody gets a piece of America except Americans, and that's what really a lot of people are feeling.
And you just see them doing the tomfoolery and the clownery and the bullshitting, incremental change shit, and you just get frustrated as hell. Meanwhile, time is going by. Time is going by. The corporations are continuing to go out the back door with all the money. We continuing to have less and less freedoms and rights, and you know, everything is just continuing to go to shit.
Yeah, and we got to compete with like all right, our minimum wage has been what 7.50 or whatever for who knows how long, and inflation is going up. People that like even people who because $20 an hour really isn't enough for people to live on in this country, especially now. Like it's like people can what that haven't lived with like hasn't made more. It's harder for you to go backwards, but you know that whole like just they've been talking
twenty
about
dollars a,
15 now.
a hour, and you're gonna pay rent. You're gonna pay gas, car note, phone bill, light bill. Whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna have lunch and food. You know,
uh,
that $20 that might not make it, bro. Like seriously.
no, it's bro. Like I've done the math. Like I thought about like if I had to go back into the regular job market, go work for somebody again, I would really like what kind of money would I need to really just kind of, at least, I would have to give up some things, but still like what would I would be able to live off of? And my calculations is more toward the $45 to $50 an hour.
Yeah, and that's literally how much it's gonna cost, like to live. Yeah. Just woke up. Mad interesting to me. I was about to go to sleep and this just woke me up. Why offer real meaningful solutions when you can stoke fear and hate? Phew. Another comment.